What's up, everybody? So, one of the big things that I see physical therapists and other rehab specialists miss when rehabbing a gymnast is they're not bridging the gap between classic rehab and gymnastics. So, in order to have a successful bout of rehab, one of the major things is that the gymnast must be prepared to get back to gymnastics. So, if we think about a lot of classic rehab exercises that you're seeing in PT, they do a great job of maybe starting you out and building up a base level of strength, but they don't really transfer to gymnastics and help prepare you for the demands of the sport. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of classic rehab exercises that probably 99% of people that go to physical therapy do, and what an end stage rehab exercise might look like for someone that's trying to get cleared from physical therapy and is ready to restart gymnastics training. All right, so the first exercise that we're going to do, really good classic physical therapy exercise, is a TheraBand row. Okay, great exercise. I use it all the time for gymnasts with shoulder pain, rehabbing from an upper extremity injury. Okay, we can progress it by using a cable column, using some weights. Okay, how do we make it look like gymnastics? So to make rows look a little bit more like gymnastics, we're going to use the rings, right? Gymnastics event, it's an event that moves, so we got to work on those stabilizer muscles a little bit more. So we're going to take the rings, put our feet up on a support surface, just to the rings and back down. Four-way ankle exercise, another great starter for anyone recovering from ankle sprain, ankle surgery, really any significant ankle injury. Okay, going out in all different directions, having someone hold it for you so you can lift your toes up. But again, an exercise that needs to be progressed. So how do we progress it to make it look like gymnastics? Any gymnast that's cleared from rehab for any lower extremity injury, be it ankle, knee, hip, or even back injuries, should be doing some sort of jumping and landing. So in order to progress the four-way ankle, there are definitely things that need to be done in between this, but a good step towards being cleared for gymnastics is jumping and landing, especially on a single foot. So we're just starting on a mat or some sort of elevated surface, jumping down, stick. Okay, as best as you can. And we want to go in all different directions, because as much as we wouldn't like to land in every different direction, like sideways or on an angle, it does happen in gymnastics. So we need to make sure that we're prepared for everything. Okay. As we get past that, we're doing jumps and leaps and off of higher surfaces. Also, please remember to do this without shoes on. Gymnasts don't work in their shoes. Socks are obviously fine as long as they're not going to slip and fall. If you're a cheerleader or a dancer and you use some sort of footwear for that, then definitely make sure that you're rehabbing in those as well. A side plank is another great exercise to help people with low back injuries, hip injuries, shoulder injuries, and there's a lot of standard ways to progress it, but gymnasts might just need a little bit more. Using an unstable surface like a Bosu ball or a weight to have other body parts moving or reducing the base of support is a great way to progress a gymnast from a side plank. Gymnasts are often using unstable surfaces like the rings or even squishy mats. Having other body parts move while they're dancing or tumbling, or landing on a smaller base of support like their foot compared to their feet wide apart, all while trying to focus on keeping their core nice and tight. So introducing a lot of these different things will help a gymnast transfer back to their sport. So there are just a few exercises that I like to use for gymnasts when we're trying to evaluate if they're ready to return to gymnastics and their classic physical therapy rehab counterpart. If you like this, let me know in the comments and I can always do more.